Okay, awesome. So we're going to do a mediumship reading for you today, Kelly. We're in August of 2023.
Yes.
2022?
2022.
And I'm happy to see you, but I just, my heart goes out to you because I know anytime somebody makes an appointment with me, it's not for a good reason. It's because you've gone through a crisis or a loss. And I do feel like we've worked together before, so you have a flow of the energy. And if for any reason a connection is not made with spirit, we'll trust that there was a reason for that. And we can, of course, try again later. But I do feel like spirit's going to come through for you, because I do feel like I had your mom with me yesterday. And so I felt like I felt like I told you I took some notes, which I try to not do. I try to just wait until the session.
Okay.
But I didn't want to forget anything in case there was something really pertinent or important to you. So let's just take a moment, just close our eyes and take a few deep breaths. And I'm just asking for my spirit guides and my master guide to step forward, helping to deliver information in a clear and concise way. And I'm asking your guides to step forward and help me also deliver information in a way that you can understand. And basically, I'm just visualizing the white liquid light coming down, around, and through you, and down, around, and through me. I'm just inviting your loved ones to come forward. I'm just expanding my energy out and connecting with them and just saying, welcome, friends, and welcome to the table. And because, I don't know your family, but I do know that what they make me feel like on the other side is really having to do with like there's a humor to it that I want to be sensitive about, but it's almost like another one on our team, another one on our side. Like there's a big group. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally.
Like we got, and it feels kind of like an uncle figure or a male figure that's like, we got like, oh, she's on our side now. Like we got her now. Like, so there's a feeling also that she gives me. I just have full chill bumps. I don't know if you can see them, but she gives me this feeling like it's really that she's waited her whole life for this moment of crossing. And it's almost like the feeling of somebody who's so devout, that whose faith like really feels at home in the kingdom of God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it doesn't, I don't know how she died, but what I feel like, it's like I take a breath and then I'm out. It feels very easy, and it feels like no pain. I would say, I mean, did it even happen in her sleep or unconscious?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for confirming that.
No, yeah, totally. That was how my mom died. Yeah, like that while she was sleeping.
Thank you for confirming. That is exactly how I felt. It's like I took a breath in. Now this was different for me because it's like I took a breath in and then I was out. It wasn't, there was no pain, no struggle, no suffer. And it was as peaceful as could possibly have been. There was no confusion on her part. It wasn't like she was unsure of what happened. And immediately upon crossing over, there's a certain joy, which is hard for me to say because I know what it's like to lose a mom. But you know what I mean? Like there's a certain like, this is what her whole faith has been for,
That's true. Yeah, totally. I get
it. It's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. Wow, this is amazing. Yeah, that's exactly how it was. Like, that was like that. Yeah.
And she also makes me feel like, okay, there was a name that I see it like Evelyn, which happens to be my great grandmother's name. So I don't know if I just want to get clear with spirit. Like, I feel like her grandmother, your great grandmother, was there greeting her. I think that's why they're showing me that name. But if there are any initials like EV, anything like that comes up for you in the next couple of days that you can remember, just know that that's a piece of information and validation for you.
Okay.
Now, she's also making me feel like you put your grief off. Like you just didn't grieve, like you just didn't do it. Like it's over here somewhere and you don't really have plans to get around to it. And it's like everybody just has to keep going. And as long as I'm living my normal life, it's not like maybe she'll come back, because you have an understanding that she's passed, but it's like you just kind of did this with the whole thing and didn't go through a grieving process or an anger process or anything. You just like got the news and it's like, okay, and you just kept living. Is that accurate?
Sort of.
Yeah.
I think I didn't have the time to get angry, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was going through a lot of things in that moment. So
Yeah.
I had to get solutions to my family, because I was the one who was providing them how to pay for things, you know? But I couldn't like sitting down and, I mean, there was days that I just cry about it, but I think I didn't get the 5 phase that you get, like when you don't recognize it and then you get angry and then I just jump on like, okay, this is how it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I know that's how she's making me feel. Like you just had to keep living your life, and that there's this, it's a buildup that's happening, you know, and it's almost like you're going to the grocery store. Like, how can these people just be going to the grocery store? How is this just a normal day, you know?
Yeah.
And you're like, I just have to get through, and I just have to be strong. And what she's making me feel like you got that from her, that she had to put on a face, that she had to be strong. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. That was like her. Like I was thinking about her, like, okay, this is what my mom will do in this situation, because she was like that. She was like a rock. You know what I mean?
That's how she's making me feel. She's also making me feel that she named you different. She named you different so that you would have a different life. She named you for that different life. Does that make sense?
I'm the only one of my 6 siblings that I'm doing everything different, you know. My other sibling, they have like a pattern or something, and I did everything different. Like I sometimes I feel like I'm from another planet, you know, because we don't relate it. It's hard. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, she's definitely showing me that you got some of that from her, but that she really wanted you to have a different life. And it's not that her life was bad. I think that she enjoyed her life. I think that she had a big full life. I think she was as surprised to pass as you were, you know. I don't think she saw it coming. I don't think there was an illness. I don't think there was anything like that. I do feel that she's freer in her body. I feel her, like she's dancing again, you know, like lots of twirling and lots of emotion.
That's totally.
And so I feel I know that her body wasn't failing her, but that she was feeling more limited, and her mind was not. And so that the frustration and feeling the restrictions of getting older, you know?
Oh yeah, totally. My mom used to have this soul, like she felt so alive, but her body wasn't able to do what she wanted to do, you know what I mean? And I think when she realized that she couldn't move a lot or she couldn't go out, she got depressed in a certain way, because she wasn't like she was young in a, you know, in a spirit. Yeah,
that's exactly how she makes me feel. So you're validating spirit as much for me, and I'm learning as much as you know, in your session. Let's see. I want to show you this, because that everything, you can maybe pause the screen later and see some of this, but this is what has came to me before that I usually just don't get before. It's put off grief, put on a brave face. That was hers. That Evelyn, the EV name, that she named you Kelly to be separate from even your culture, your home, your family. Like Kelly maybe is a different name than everybody else's name. I don't know if everybody else has like.
No, everyone has like Latin names.
Yes.
And mine, and mine is like Kelly.
Stop it. That is exactly
Yeah.
yes. But it was intentional, and you took her up on it. Your soul took her soul up on it. Not everybody else did, you know?
Yeah,
And
that's true.
as a mother who has children in different areas, I know what it's like to want your child to have a better life than you can maybe provide, and yet still be okay with your own life. And so I feel like she named you. I know I'm on repeat, but that just blows me away. That
No, it's no one in my entire life noticed that. No one. Like it was just, regular, but
Kelly.
just Kelly, And then I'm thinking like now I'm living in the United States. So my mom had like, I don't know, maybe that vision or whatever, because you know what I mean? So this is like a regular name here.
Yes.
So it's weird. It's like something happened. I don't know. But yeah, I totally get it.
Well, that is one message she wanted to make sure to take as validation. I said, takes a breath and that's it. She's in spirit. Body could not keep up with her mental strength, waited her whole life for this moment. Now, okay, here's another piece I got. So she showed me 3 kids. I know you have 2.
No, I only have one.
You have 1?
Yes.
Okay. Are you wanting more kids?
No, yet.
No. Okay. So do you know why are there 3 kids? Do you know why she would show me 3? Is she one of 3?
Like little kids, or like, because
3 siblings.
my nephew. I think she's talking about my nephew.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think she was telling me like, hey, you cannot have just one daughter. You have to have more, maybe 2. And she was so on it, like, you can leave her alone. You have to, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it's related to that. Maybe she knows him. Maybe, I don't know.
The way that she's making me feel, it's almost like Tiffany, like almost like she's nudging me, like you could do something, like tell her that she's gonna have 3 kids.
No, please don't.
But I also know that there's a grief in you that your mom won't see your daughter growing up, and
it's horrible.
And I know that she's like trying to lighten that for you, because I know that she is there during those important moments and will continue to be there during those important moments, and that her soul is connected to you, and that will not be broken. And the veil is so thin, it's so thin. I know that when you've thought of her, that you have actually even felt her presence, I feel like you can smell her, like I feel like that there's like a perfume or something, like even a detergent or something that she would use that smells like her. And sometimes you can have you noticed that in the morning?
Yeah. When she passed away, then same night, she touched me. And I was by myself, and I know it was her. And there's so many things, like sometimes I'm by myself and I'm thinking about her, like asking her, because when she was alive, she was like a guide spirit. She helped people. She had like a psychic things too. So I know how to ask her, hey mom, can you please send me like a something to see if I'm doing this right, whatever. And she does. Like she closes the door, or maybe she throws something. It's crazy. Yeah, it is so crazy. Yeah.
But what a beautiful validation too, to know how close she is, and so there's no doubt in my mind with your daughter growing up, if you keep the one daughter, if you have a bigger family, whatever you do, doesn't even matter. Like the main thing is like, just know that she's going to be there with her, with you. She can be like a guide for her too, because it's often in my experience anyways, that it's the people that you don't know well that can be guides for you,
That's true. Yeah. That is so true.
She's showing me too that they actually have a lot in common. And so I think that you're going to see some of your mom's traits through her. Does that make sense?
Oh my God. My daughter is my mom. It's like I can't believe it. Tina and I joke each other, because he's like, oh my God, she's she's your mom. Like she got her personality. It's crazy, Tiffany. It is so crazy.
It's just, I mean, the whole reading, I've had full body chill bumps. Your mom is such a great communicator. Now, she is also showing me the March. So 2 dates. One is in March and one is actually in August. And
Okay.
March, I associate with my mom. So I wonder if that's just was her way of connecting like that. But do you know a March date that would be important to her or you?
It's my nephew's birthday, and my mom raised my nephew, so it's another son for her.
Okay.
So maybe.
And that's the one that you were thinking about earlier?
Yes.
What's his name?
Josvan.
Say it again.
Josvan.
Josvan. Josvan.
Is YOSV as a Victor AN.
Josvan. Okay, I understand. Okay. And so would you know that has he recently been to the dentist or any kind of dental work going on with him?
No, lately. No.
Okay, just watch, because I feel like she's showing me that she's either been with him to a doctor, a hospital, a procedure of some kind. It's nothing to worry about. She's just validating her presence in his life. I feel like either he's about to get braces or like something like that. I mean, just take it very loosely, but just know that she's with him in his life and in his journey. Okay, Josephan. And is there anything else? Tell me your mom's name.
Lorna.
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 Okay. Lorna. So I'm just going to ask if there's anything else she wanted to bring forward with Josephan. So is it true that he's just not close? Like you guys aren't living very close? He's pretty far away?
No, he's far away.
Far away.
He's in Venezuela. Yeah.
Okay. Very far away.
Yeah.
All right. So I understand that. And I don't know. I guess the way that she makes me feel, just like it was about your name, it's like she just really was here to be kind of a conduit or help you get to this life here in the States. And so there's nothing to worry about. I know that you're taking care of your family, you said, and she's so grateful for that. You know, it's not your burden, but it's your honor. You know what I mean? Like it's making me tear up.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know, because you don't have to do it. You don't even feel obligated to do it, but it's your great honor that you can provide for your family. And she thanks you for that, you know, because you're doing what she would have wanted to do, you know.
Of course.
Yeah. And I know that she sacrificed a lot of her own person for your dad, but she wanted to, you know, she wanted to, right? Like she wanted to be his wife, and that was part of it. But there's a part of her that was creative that didn't necessarily get fulfilled because of that. And she sees you as that, like you're getting to do that part of her life that maybe she wouldn't have done anything differently. Don't get me wrong about that. But she's so devoted and committed to your dad that once he has passed, she's kind of left with, well, who am I? You know, who am I? And it's not like I have a hard time with that. It's just that I think she just goes back to her faith. Is like she just keeps showing me she has this routine that she goes back to her faith over and over. And the moment the breath is taken away, the moment she's in the kingdom of her father, is how she puts it. And there's like this genuine like this is what it's all about feeling. You know
what makes me happy that you said that? She said that she's in the kingdom of her father, and she used to say that in Spanish because she prayed a lot. And she said that, but in Spanish, you know what I mean? Like en el reino de mi padre, it's in Spanish. She was like that. That is her. Yeah.
That is so wild. Like, can you see these chill bumps on me? I mean, the whole session is like that. I walked with her last night, and I could feel her coming in, there's a sense of urgency because she wanted to have the session maybe sooner than I did, maybe sooner than you did, because she knew that you were holding on to some of the grief until you could get validation from her. And then it's like, okay, now I can grieve a little bit more, that I know that she's safe on the other side. And so just know that that's I think why she came early. When I went on my walk this morning, I was like, is that you again? And then she's making me feel like a friend, like a really kind soul, and one that wants to walk, that wants to keep up, that wants to be physically out there. When I sat for meditation this morning, I had my mom join me, and I felt her come in again. And I just feel like there's a connection on the other side there. And she also really wanted, I think, to come through me because I'm the daughter of, I've also lost my mom. And I think she knew that she was going to be able to impress those feelings through me,
Totally. Yes. Totally.
And I wrote down here, there wasn't time to say goodbye, but that she did the peace, that she died at night. And I feel a small pet around her. Would you know this? Like a small dog or cat?
No, it's my cat. Sorry, my dog.
You have a small dog?
Yeah, she didn't like dogs, but she loved Fiona.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, she's making me feel like there's a little small dog to take care of, and it's not a small animal. It's a calm animal, though. It's not like yippy and crazy. It's like it just wants to be nurturing. All right.
Yeah.
She's acknowledging that. And she also wants to acknowledge somebody, that smokes cigars.
I think it's my brother.
Your brother?
Yeah.
How many kids are you in your?
We were 6, but my sister passed away, so we're 5 now.
5. Okay. She's like, no, we're 6. There's 6. That doesn't.
Yeah.
Just go with 6.
Yeah.
The one who smokes cigars. Would you also? I see him kind of like living the life, like kind of, maybe a little bit out of his means. Does that make sense?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, does he spend more money than he makes sometimes?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's lost since my mom died.
Yeah. She's the way she's bringing him to me makes me feel like he's kind of just spending a little bit more than he needs to right now. Like he's trying to check out, like having a bit of an escape. And I know that this will pass. And I would say maybe, give it another month or so. But, if you need to check in with him, do. And if not, just know that your mom is watching over him. And and it's almost like this feeling of you can't get away with anything. Like I'm still here, kind of a feeling.
I know. She used to say that when she was alive, like when I die, I'm gonna be right there.
That's it.
Like I'm gonna see everything. I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna protect you. She used to say that all the time.
That is exactly how, that's the words that she gave me, right? Like I'm still there, like I'm watching over you. I'm still there. I can still see that, right? Yeah. So it's almost like don't get too far out of line because I can see what you're doing, but it's like a nice motherly thing. It's not strict or hard line or anything. She's showing me that there's something that like a plant that either you got or somebody sent you from a funeral or the time that she passed. Like there's a plant that is living beyond its season, or there is a flower. I'm specifically seeing a white flower that is living beyond its normal time. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't have any flower. Maybe she's talking about the flower that she used to have in her apartment. So, but I'm not sure if it's alive or not, but I know the flower that you're talking about.
Okay. Well, it's almost like she's showing me this, it's living way beyond its normal lifespan, right? Like that's kind of the feeling I'm getting. And the reason that she's showing me that is because it's kind of like that with her too. Like she actually, maybe there was a window of time when your dad passed that she would have maybe been brokenhearted or she felt like she would have died before now in some ways. Does that make sense?
Totally. I think she used to say when she was alive that she had like borrowed time, like
Yes.
um I know that I'm gonna leave soon because I'm passing, I don't know how to say
Yeah.
that in English, but she knew that she was staying longer than she should.
Yeah, and I thank her for so she showed me that through a flower. So part of
Yeah.
mine is communication.
Okay.
But that's the feeling. It's like I'm living longer than I should have. So anything extra I got was just this, like you said,
Yes.
like borrowed time, like this extra time. And she's grateful for that time. There's have you been okay, she also shows me this. I don't know if you were baptized or had like a quinceañera or like some big kind of party that did you
You will not believe this. My daughter is turning 3 on Thursday. So that's the big party that we're planning.
Okay, perfect. So she's showing me that she's part of this celebration, this big,
Oh,
and it feels very much like life. And I know that that's hard to do when there's our loved ones aren't there with us, but she's saying I am there with her and I am part of the planning and she better be listening to me. And she loves what you're doing, and she loves that you're able to do that for her. That's beautiful. So she's turning 3.
yeah.
So there's the 3. That's I
Yeah,
said earlier.
that's
the 3. So we misinterpreted it, but that's the 3. And I do feel like she wants you to have more children, but that's the 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, are people coming in for this?
Yeah, like small, because I have like a few cousins right here. So it's gonna be like a really small, but I'm trying to make it big,
Yeah.
It's a huge milestone. She's gonna be 3, but at the same time, I'm like, my mom. So my mom knew my daughter when she was 2 months old, and then my mom had to go back, and then COVID hit, and then she wasn't able to come back. So I'm always thinking that she didn't get the time. I know she knows her, but I mean personally. So I'm all the time thinking about this party and thinking about my mom too. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. She wants you to put a picture of her up at the party, okay? So
Okay.
keep a picture of her up at the party, and even remember, just remembering her with your daughter, letting your daughter hear other people. Now the party isn't about her, it shouldn't be focused on her, but just let your daughter be celebrated by her presence, and I think that's going to be important to your daughter because they are so much alike.
I think, Tiffany, that my daughter sees my mom. Like I know that sometimes she's like, she doesn't say anything, but I know that she sees her, and this is a weird. I don't know how to explain it, but I know that she knows.
Well, it can be very disorienting. I bet Fiona sees her too. Maybe that's why she brought up Fiona. It can be disorienting as an adult, but I would encourage you. I was 3 years old is a common time for mediums and sensitive people to start seeing things and talking about it. So if your daughter is talking about it or is seeing things or has pretend friends or anything in spirit, you just don't make any big deal out of it and don't shut it down, but don't be like, oh, like don't like freak out about it. Just let it be normal for her. And there will be a time when you can explain that not everybody has that gift, but right now there's such an innocence to it. And don't be concerned or afraid. Your mom is with her. She's like a martial artist. She's like a spiritual warrior guide. Like she's absolutely with her and protecting her. There's nothing, your daughter isn't going to see ghosts or anything like in a negative way. And so as long as you don't put your fear on it, it'll stay pure for her. Totally. And if she has any questions about it, you can just ask her like, oh, what do you see? Oh, oh, what are they wearing? And just even you showing interest helps her develop her gift, right?
Okay.
Because she has
Yeah.
to answer, like, what are they wearing?
Yeah.
And, you know, and so I would encourage you to encourage her if it feels good for you.
Oh no, totally. I would love that. I
Yeah.
would love it, because before my mom passed away, she told me, no, before, when I was getting pregnant, I didn't know that I was pregnant, and my mom knew that I was pregnant. And she told me everything, like she's gonna be a girl, blah blah blah. She told me everything, right? And she told me, like, hey, she's gonna have something of me, like this gift, she's gonna have it. So I'm not gonna be present, but you're gonna feel me through her. So she told me that when Lee was like 3 months old. I didn't think about she was dying. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's
I'm just blown away. I mean, she's so clear, and there's been so much that has been validated. Have you been going through family pictures lately?
yes.
Okay, so she's showing me that she's with you, and I almost feel like she's wanting to make some corrections, like, oh, that wasn't this date, that was this date, or whatever. But it's all, she just gives me the feeling of looking at old pictures, old family albums, and just being close to your heart there. So take that with you too. I feel like she made a baby book for you that you might not have seen in a long time.
No, yeah, it's in Venezuela.
Yeah.
My sister wants to send that to me. So
Okay.
yeah.
That's very validating for me. So
Yeah.
I would say yes, as soon as it's convenient for your sister, then make sure that it gets here safely,
Okay. Yeah.
But I feel like that either there's like a piece of hair, there's like something in it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there's a piece of her. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah,
It's so
definitely.
wild. So she's like been trying to get that to you, and
okay.
And your sister's gonna help facilitate that.
Okay. Awesome.
Now, do you have any questions for your mom?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I have a few questions for her. We have her HS, is how you call that, in our home in Venezuela. So what should we do with that? Like, what does she wants us to do with that?
Okay. The immediate vision I got before you even stopped answering your question is, honestly, are you by a sea? Because it's like in the water at sea. In the water at sea.
Oh.
And she doesn't I don't get the idea. I think that you guys have been talking about dividing it up or doing different things. And it's like, just be done with it. And so know that you can't make a mistake here. Whatever you want to do, she is going to support. You're not going to do something wrong in this arena. But if you're asking her soul, what I see is all of it going into the ocean at the same time. And so maybe if you guys can get together, then you can do something like that. But just for her, she's like, just know that she's at peace with what you decide, just no arguing about it,
Okay. Let me write this down.
Yeah. And the ocean, I want to say, is it maybe like 1 to 2 hour journey?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, if they can make that happen, then go for it.
Okay. That's the first question that we have for her. The second one is my sister. She wants to ask her, I don't know if you can ask her this, but she is thinking about quit her job, and she's lost. She doesn't do. Let me put you in a context. My mom guide us, even though she couldn't, like, do certain things with her kids, because how that world with the magic work and everything. But she used to tell us, hey, this is the best thing you can do. Or she was our, I don't know how to say that, our guide, right? So now all of us, we are lost. We don't know what to do. We have like second, thoughts, and she's right now in a difficult time, and she wanted me to ask her what she should do with her job.
With her job. Okay.
Mhm.
And can you validate, does she have a R name? Is there
Yeah, R. No, it's and her name is Vanessa.
Vanessa? Does she have anybody associated with her that's a R? Like
Well, Carolina is her second name.
Carolina is her second name. I wonder, just ask her, like when you talk later, maybe her boss has an R name or her job has an R name or something like that. It may come up for you later. I could be understanding it incorrectly, so there's that. But I feel like when she's talking about Vanessa, that there's an R name, and that I feel, let me just breathe. I feel like Vanessa has been putting herself in a job that does not see her for who she is.
Yes.
And right. And so there's this like cap on that. And so she's almost like fighting against the boss or the whoever's in charge to shine. And it's like she can never just get seen and appreciated for who she is. And so I would say, you know, with that, your mom is inspiring me to say there's limitations. So she's always going to be working with limitations with that. And there are things you can do within limitations, but it's almost like she wants to say, you know, you are limitless, and your love is limitless, and your talents are limitless. And so don't you dare let a job try to dictate your limits, because you can do anything, you know? And so that's how she's making me feel, that this job just hasn't given her the ability to shine. And they almost like use her energy in a way that just doesn't, it's not like inappropriate, but it just doesn't feel like it's a good match, you know?
Okay.
And so I think that if she wants to take some time off, and what it's hard because you want to have a job lined up when you quit as a like person. But
yes.
The truth is that she's just going to attract the same thing. She has to have a reset with herself and value herself and value her own creativity before she could ever attract a job that would value her that way. You know, the job is mirroring to her where her self-worth is, and she's at a growing pain with it, and she's trying to get out of her comfort zone, and she's trying to get out of her comfort zone while she's grieving, you know? And so
it's horrible. Yeah.
So it's like she's got to take some time off in her own aura so that she can know who she is. Even she's never even got to experience the fullness of who she is.
Totally. I think she's the most who has suffered for my mom's death, you know?
Yeah. And you know, you're talking about she's your guide and it's like your anchor, and now all of you guys are like, but just know this, that soul connection can never be broken. There's nothing broken. It's just the perception, right, that she's not with us. But still, you can still go to her in your heart, of course. And she wants for you guys to have the same. It's like she put her faith in God, but you all put your faith in her, and you made her your God.
Yes.
And she's like, they can't do that now. You know, like, they can't do that now, but there's a kindness to it, you know. It's like, I want you to have the same faith that, not the same faith that I have, but I want you to have the faith, the devotion, the love that I have with God. You know, I want you to have the direct line. And you guys were all going through her to get that sense of love, devotion, and faith. And she's like, it's time for you to fly, right? I want you to know the freedom that comes with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Totally. Like I know that this is what she wants us to do, you know. But it's hard to grieve and then make decisions, and then it's been a roller coaster.
Yeah. And you haven't had space to do that, and at least that's what it feels like. So they say give yourself 3 years, right? Nothing has to be done right now, right? it's a tough time. You've lost dad and mom, and now
Yeah.
you're being a mom,
Yeah.
and you're also kind of being the matriarch of the family, and
Yeah.
you're trying to carry that, and it's a difficult thing to navigate, and you're doing the best you can, and you are living your life. And she's like, thank you for living your life, because the others that are not, right, like they're getting bogged down by it, or they're so sad by it.
Yeah.
That a natural part of the grieving process, but she's so glad that you're able to keep living, and don't let her death, I mean, she did not want her death to stop anybody from living,
No,
right?
yeah.
No, like she had a lot of life, and a lot of creativity, and a lot of vitality, and I just see her very active, and not all of her kids are like her. Not all of her kids have that amount of energy. And so without her, they are going to be lost. And so there's going to be some whose faith are tested, and they might go through a dark time before it gets better. But her faith is strong enough for all of you, she says.
Oh, she's amazing. What else I wanted to ask her?
I want to ask you about an M name too. Do you have a M? Did I already ask that?
No, let me think. M name.
It's almost like two names, like a Maria Jose or a Maria Elena, or like there's two pieces to it.
No.
What's her middle name?
De Jesus.
De Jesus. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. That can be a middle name?
Yeah.
Does she have your last name Viscuña, or Viscuña is your married
name? No, it's Viscuña is my father. It's different in Latin America. You get your father's and your mother last name. So you have both, not one. So Viscuña for my father, and her whole name is Lorna de Jesus Carvajal.
Okay. So you get Carvajal
for her side. Yeah.
Okay. And then you don't take your husband's name?
Now you take your husband's name and your father, and your mother's you don't take your mom.
Okay. Okay. But your husband,
weird, I know.
Does your husband have his father and mother?
Yes, he has. Yes.
So you get both of those in your dad?
Yes.
Ooh.
It's weird. I know.
Yeah, the family tree seems very big, and that's why I'm saying, like, there's an uncle or somebody like this character on the other side that's just so happy to have her, that there are many in spirit, they're welcoming her. I know that her grandmother was very important to her, and this thing she keeps showing me, it comes up almost like it skips a generation. And so she's showing me her grandmother and her and your daughter, and it's like this kind of the power of three, like this Trinity feeling. And so so I know that connection with her is very real for your daughter.
Yeah, it is real.
It's okay. Let me just ask her, is there anything else she could do to just be validating? I know you said that you have her ashes, but was there also, I just feel like there was a service for her there, right?
Yeah, like a small one, a very, very small one. Yes.
Yeah. And she shows me almost like they had this frankincense or like incense going through.
That's my mom. When I smell that, that's my mom.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
This is weird. Yeah. She used to clean the house with that. So every time I smell that, I'm like, oh my God, this is my mom.
Well, just know that she's bringing that to our attention is another piece of validation that, that she's not so far away, and that she's very free in spirit, that she's very strong in spirit, and that she shows me that your connection with her is even going to get stronger in spirit than it was in person, because even in person you were so far away. So So now it's like I'm right there, you know.
And
At night I feel like she's doing this, like she's just doing this on your face, you know, like just being so sweet. You know, like just patting your head, patting your shoulders, patting your hair, like just brushing your hair with her hands, right?
she used to do that when she was a child.
Yeah. And she still does that for you. And she still does that for your daughter, is how she's making. Yeah, she loves you very much.
I love her so much.
Yeah.
Does she have anything to say to Tin? Because I know Tin and her was so close.
Oh, lovely. Let me just ask, let me just get quiet. So with Tin, you know, the sense that she's making me feel, it's like, you know, what's good about Tin is how she's making me feel. It's like, maybe your dad was like a big dreamer and a big, like, kind of go big. Tin, where that's good, but Tin is like steady and stable and can hold you in the space and is not making you crazy by moving and going all over the place and with his big ideas. And the big ideas were great for your dad and your mom and you because they got you here. But with Tin, it's like there's a stability that she didn't have, that she didn't need, that she's so grateful that you do have, because she's just showing me like this, he's like this rock, this strength that because of that you're able to be you. And without him in your life, you would have come into a workaholic, you would have just made yourself crazy, you would have been super stressed out all the time. But because he's there kind of holding things steady, that you're able to be more in your feminine and more in your creativity and more in the joy side of life, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, totally.
So that's the first thing that she's making me feel. She's really showing me a fireplace with him, which I don't really understand, but maybe you can place that.
I mean, when we used to live in Austin, we have like this fireplace in the community center, and sometimes we went to with her. Like we did so many things with her when she came. So maybe is that?
So maybe she's bringing this fireplace memory back to you. Now, does Tim cook?
No, not much.
Not much.
I'm the cooker.
You're the cooker. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's showing me something about cooking with him. I don't know if she was like trying to teach him something or there was like, okay.
Tin loved my mom's cooking.
Okay.
So she came only to cook what Tin wants to eat, you know. So I know what she's doing right now.
Right. And it wouldn't hurt him to learn how to make one of those, right? Like that's
yeah, totally. That's what I'm thinking right now.
Oh, so just know that that's how she's expressing her love, is through food with him and through the memories of walking by the fireplace, and the gratitude she has for him is the stability he provides in your life.
Yeah. That was my mom. She wasn't she didn't say I love you so much, but she was like a acting service. How do you say that? Like she used to cook and clean, and that was the way she was telling us that she loves them.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Her love language was acts of service, right? Like
yes. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah. You know what is hard? Thinking in English and then crying and then processing everything at the same time. That's hard.
It is, in grieving and yes. Go ahead.
I want to ask you about Jospan. I know we talked about him, but I don't know if my mom has anything to say to him, like something that she wants to share with him.
Okay, well, like I was saying, it seems like there's some kind of medical thing that she's with him for, so that's one for him. I feel like does he have a cross of hers, a rosary of hers, or something?
Yes, a rosary.
Okay, and so I know that connection is there. She's showing me either that she gave to him or that it's hers, but he has it, and that's special to him. And I don't know. It feels like he has lost something. I'm just gonna sit with that for a second. Just show me differently, Lorna. Please show me differently. Okay, so instead of the word lost, I almost feel like it's this hide and seek type of a thing. Do you know what I mean? Does that ring a bell?
No.
Okay, it's almost like, okay, my family would put this, like we have this, I don't know, let's call it a crystal. So we have this crystal and it's funny and it's goofy and it's weird, and we'll like put it somewhere for the next person to find.
Okay.
You know, and then the next person will find it and it will be like, and they'll put it over here, and then the next person will find it and they'll keep moving it around. It's kind of like that hide and seek. Does that make any sense to you?
Oh no,
I feel
no
okay.
sense at all.
It's going to make sense. I feel like once you talk to him, and just message me and let me know why it makes sense, because I feel like either she's moving the rosary around or like she's trying to play a little bit, like it's not like something like that is going on.
Well, he told me, oh, maybe no hide and seek, but my sister was telling me last week that, hey Kelly, I think that my mom is playing with me, because she turns on the light and then I turn it off and then she turns it like on again, and I'm all the time like, hey mom, what are you doing? So I think that's where you're saying.
That's where I'm getting it. Yeah.
Yes.
It feels like there's a game that's going on, and it's sweet. So I hope that your sister isn't scared, because it doesn't seem
No,
like,
she's totally fine. Like, we grew up with these experiences, so we are used to. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I think the reason I asked her is because I think since she died, he doesn't wanna study, he doesn't wanna do, and he's young. So I don't know how to, my sister and I wouldn't know how to help him, you know what I mean? So maybe if I tell him, hey, I talked to my mom and she wants you to blah blah blah, I don't know, maybe
it will help influence him.
Yes.
Well, that first word I said was lost, and then I backtracked and I was like, no, that's lost. Maybe it's hide and seek. So maybe I'm blending my information a little bit. I know that I'm kind of at the top of the meeting, so I mean, the energy is dropping a little bit, but I will say that for him, let me just ask her, is there anything they could do or say? And would it make sense to you that he doesn't have a strong male figure in his life? Yeah. So she's like, what are you going to do with that? Right? Like, you can't be that. She can't be that. So you guys can't really do that for him. But that's what he's kind of needing, I think. And so if there's if there could be a strong male influence in the coming years, I think that will help him a lot. But just and there's it doesn't, I don't want you to take that information and use it against yourselves, right?
Okay.
Is like, you guys aren't men, and that's something that he's kind of needing right now. And so there are different ways that spirit will provide that for him, right?
Okay.
Like, you don't even have to do it. You can just put it into prayer and say, Spirit, please bring a strong male person for Joseph. He really needs you, he really needs that. And to me, that's what is showing up as. It's like this feeling like I don't have really what I'm not like anybody. I don't have what I need to look up to. I'm not able to like experience, you know what I mean?
Totally. Yes.
And so I think it's a time frame. I don't think there's anything you need to do. I don't think there's anything
Okay.
he needs to do, but I think spirit will work with you to bring a strong male into his life. Could be a good friend. It could be a teacher. It could be a coach. It could be,
Okay.
Somewhere he volunteers, but he's
Okay.
looking for that like dad or that brotherly figure. And
Okay.
I think that's why he's just a little lost right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Before we finish, I just wanted to tell her that I love her so much and I miss her so much. And of course, I tell her every day.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I'm about to make a decision about our house. So we are in a situation where we don't know what to do. I mean, I have like a plan where that I want her to let me know if it's okay. You know what I mean? Like I need like a signal. I need something. So I don't know if she has something to say to me, like, hey, everything's gonna be fine or whatever. I don't know.
The first thing that I got was trust your gut. And the only problem you have is that you're questioning, like the second that you start to question, you get all haywire and like, it's like, you already knew what to do is what she says,
Okay.
and just trust your gut. And it's almost like not like, I want to say like, what would your dad do is kind of what she's making me feel like. He would do his thing.
Oh my God, yes. Oh no, of course. It's so funny that she's saying that. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah. And for your sign, for your symbol, I really feel, I don't see this that often, okay? But I feel it's a rainbow. And so does that make sense to you?
Yeah, she really like rainbows.
Okay. So I want you to just be on the lookout for some rainbows. And
Okay.
no, like me and my mom, it's heart-shaped rock. So when I go for a walk, I look for heart-shaped rocks. I'm like, thanks for being there. But for you, when you're making decisions and you start to get a little bit out, just get clear in yourself, look outside, look for your rainbow, and look for it in weird places. The other day, Kelly, I asked Spirit for my sign to be orange butterflies. I'm not really a butterfly person, but and so I'm like, we don't have any, like, this is not the butterfly time of year. I wasn't trying to trick Spirit, but that's what I asked for. And on my phone, I opened up my phone to scroll, and there were 3 rocks that had orange butterflies painted on them, like an artist had painted. And so look for your rainbows in weird different places too.
Okay.
And it could be in that moment that you're trying to make a decision, and you'll just see it and you'll know, and you won't doubt it yourself at all.
All right.
Yeah. And I don't see rainbow often. It's really kind of bizarre. If I just describe exactly what I see, it's this big orange sun and then a rainbow over it, like full rainbow over it. So work with that.
I will. Okay.
Yeah,
Tiffany. Okay. Thanks.
That was a good one.
Oh my God, this is amazing. I mean, everything that you said, it was real. It was like there is no way that you knew this. This blows my mind, and I really appreciate that you take your time to sit with me, because I know that you had like your healthy issues, but I knew that you were the one. Even though I was looking around and I was talking to my mom, and she told you like, hey, I know it's you, because I was talking to her like, hey mom, if you're ready, I'm gonna wait for her because I know she's the one. And yeah, and that happened, and it's amazing. I really appreciate it. You are the best, Tiffany. Really, thank you so much for your amazing gift.
Thank you for letting me share this gift with you. And Spirit brings us around on important dates, and it's no coincidence that your daughter is about to have her birthday, and this is the time that was available, right? And I know that she was with me ahead of time, and I know that she's made friends with my mom.
That's awesome. That's how she is.
And And you know what my favorite part of the session was? That she named you different than everybody.
Oh my God, yes.
That blows me. I mean, I just takes my breath away. Like, it's that she died in the night with a breath.
Yes.
I mean,
like, how did you, like, you didn't know that? And she
no.
died at night. She wasn't sleeping. She didn't suffer. Like,
Yeah.
my sister and my brother noticed that she passed away because they just woke up, and then, hey, it wasn't traumatic. It was, yeah. I mean, you're amazing, Tiffany. I know that you're amazing, but I just wanted to tell you that you are amazing. And
It's
you
your
really
mom
knew.
communicating. It takes everybody, and you're amazing too. You're beautiful, and you have a beautiful soul, and your connection is still, will always be there with your mom. So just take all the love that she has to offer from heaven, from her father's kingdom. Are you kidding me?
That is so, oh my God, that's amazing. That's how she used to talk when she was alive.
Yeah. I can't wait to rewatch your session, and I'll send it to you when we get off.
Please.
I'm going to close our session in a sacred healing chamber. Just know that your mom is safe and loved and at peace on the other side, and free and in her full health and vitality, with many family members, including your dad, and the reunion that they have had. And he was kind enough to let this just be her session, right?
Oh, yeah. That's my father.
Right?
Yeah.
He's there too with you, but he purposely wanted this time for you and her, and it was important. And it's important that I say that, because he's like, I'm still here. Right.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Tiffany. Take care.
All right. You too. Bye.
Bye.